City, John Hart in Atlanta, Bob Gregory in Washington, and Haywood Hale Bruin in St. Louis.
Good evening. In Mexico City today, Army commanders ordered an evacuation and search of a low-rent housing complex, which last night was the scene of the bloodiest fighting in the 2-month-old student rebellion against the government. At least 27 persons are known dead, more than 100 wounded, and several hundred arrested. Even so, Olympic officials said late today the Mexico City Games will open as scheduled on October the 12th. Last night's violence came when police and troops suddenly moved in on an anti-government rally at a plaza in the northern part of the city. We have a report from CBS News correspondent Bert Quint.
With a new day come to Mexico City, so too has come a new moment of calm. An artificial calm imposed by Army troops and police who remained on duty through a long and tragic night of senseless violence. Most of the city seems normal, but this modern housing development called Tlatelolco, one of Mexico's showcases, has the look of an occupied city, and perhaps that's the word for it. For last night it was under siege, attacked as though the 60,000 people who live here were at war with the government. They weren't at war before, but now a good many of them feel as though they are. The government says now that the students started shooting first, but most of the students were unarmed, and it looked to reporters as though the troops had gone in shooting, though it is possible that snipers had been posted in some of the surrounding buildings. Most of the demonstrators, though, just wanted to get out of there with their lives. One officer broke CBS News cameraman Carl Sorensen's sound camera with his rifle and later pointed it at Sorensen, sound technician Vito Monaco, and me when we continued filming with another camera. Another CBS cameraman, Keith Kay, had to hide his film and return for it later to save it from the troops. It was an unbelievable moment, an all-out attack on a plaza surrounded by apartment buildings, with the troops apparently caring little about the fact that thousands of terrified families were inside. How many people died may never be known. The government will do its best to keep the reported figures low, but it must have been many. It seemed a senseless attack, apparently the action of a government that always has been able to stifle criticism and is determined to do it now, even though visitors and newsmen here from all over the world for the Olympics are watching. Up until now, most Mexicans have not taken sides in the student-government dispute. After last night, the student cause is bound to become more popular. Bert Quint, CBS News, Mexico City.